Hi, it's Ina Calder with the InDe'B Quilt Shop, and I have a really fun quilt for you. This quilt is called Nova. It is by GE Designs. This is Gudrun Erla, who did the Stripology Rulers. And so we're going to use the Stripology Ruler squared to do this quilt. And when you look at this quilt, you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to sew in all these little triangles in here, you know, that you see in all the little spots in here. But you're not, okay? Really fun about this quilt is, this is your block right here. And it makes two secondary patterns, this little star here, plus this little square thing, plus what you see going on in there. So you can see all kinds of things, lots of movement in this. It is a 10-inch square friendly quilt. So let me show you some things that you have to do with this one to do. So I have here two 10-inch squares, a blue one and a red one, okay? So that you can see that. So let me pull this down so you can see. I think you can see all this, okay. So I'm going to take this. It tells you in the pattern which ones you're going to do it on. So I'm just going to quickly go with what I'm doing here. And you end up with two squares like this, and you have a square that's like this. I'm going to turn that one. I'm going to put it on. Move it over a little bit farther, turn it around. Really easy, you know, to put this all together and to, you know, cut it up how you need it to be. Okay, so we have all of those. And then we're going to take these pieces and cut them down too. And just centering, sizing this up. I can tell that I'm not as squared up with these two pieces that I cut out myself from the 10-inch squares. So that's all the waste that you have is that right there, okay? Then you're going to take these, and when you do it, you want to do like a light or a dark, or in this case, if I were doing all blues with red, I would always make sure I have a red with a blue, okay? So this is going to be my center, and I'm going to first sew those on the sides, and then I'm going to put these along the top and the bottom. Okay, so you're going to divide it up into some squares just like that. Okay, so you get those all together, you're going to sew them up, and you're going to get two blocks that look like this, just like that. Now, in the directions, it tells you that one of the blocks, in this case, I did the red, all goes in. The blue is all pushed out, okay? It didn't stay sewn all the way out, but, but that's what they say to do, okay? Then I'm going to take these two, I'm going to line them up, because these are my pushed out. I'm going to do this one on the top then. Okay. Going to line it all up here. Make sure they're pretty much matching everywhere you go, and then we're going to turn it on point. And then you're going to use the lines here. You can see an X through the middle. You can see this one here and this one here. You're going to use all of those lines to get this right smack dab in the center. So you'll get a match point to point and pretty much point to point. And then I use these lines to just kind of see how lined up I am as far as like as where I've sewn. And I might just change it just a hair. And then it tells you again which two lines you're going to cut on. Okay. So again, so here's my tip with using this also. When you put your blade out like this, you want to angle into there. Get into the slot, and then, you know, keep going with the cut. Okay, this there. I just love how this ruler holds everything in place. Nothing is going to shift on me at all. Okay. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one with this one with this one. Oops, excuse me, not that one, this one. And this one with this one. And you'll end up with blocks that look like this, okay? Now, what you're trying to do when you match them and you flip them over is you're just trying to match exactly where these are going to intersect, okay? So when I flipped those over and I was lining them up, I just lined up just the stitchings with the stitching, remembering that you are working with biases here. So you want to make sure that you're not overly stretching. And then you're just going to put it down here and sew those together, okay? And it will flip over and it will look like this when you get done, okay? And then you're going to take it again and using this ruler again, you'll put the ruler on top and you're going to use it to square it up to the size that it tells you to. And that's how you'll get the blocks that we have up here in the quilt. So then you'll get a block that is this size in there that looks just like that, or like this block that looks just like that. And then you lay them out according to the pattern. It shows you how to do that to get the right design. So you end up with that star pattern as well as the square pattern that's there to put it in. This just happened to be a 10-inch square pack that I had on hand that I used. It's not one that we carry in our store, but we do have some 10-inch square packs in our store that you can pull and use and grab some. You know, I put a little white border on the outside, and then I used some other matching fabric to go with it, or fabric that I thought would work really well with it. So you can pick some of that up yourself too, that way. But this was just a really fun, fast, easy quilt. I love that it was really simple. This is a beginner's quilt because you start, like I said, with that square, and then you're cutting it to do it. She does give directions if you don't have this one, but I love this one because it has all of that, the gripper stuff on the back. So it's going to hold all of it. These all work independently, you know, so like if you've got a seam in one place, it will, you know, it comes up on it and you can, it'll hold that seam. So they're just fabulous to work with. I love these rulers. We do have all of these rulers in. This is the squared. There's an Stripology extra large, and then there is a mini, and they all get used at my house. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. We have a pattern. You can pick up the pattern, pick up a 10-inch square to your choice, and border fabric, and make your own. And she has directions all the way from a crib all the way to the king. And when you get into looking there, it will tell you how much you need of everything to do that. So you can make the size that you want to make. It's there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you later.